Hi, welcome to Lorcan Live Show today. Today, Lorcan is going to have his daily news and chats more about RTE Saga. Lorcan discusses how greedy Ryan Turbidy is all the money he takes in with RTE. Lorcan has been chatting about salaries and RTE for ages, but Mr. Turbidy seems to be the number one greedy fox in Donnybrook. Lorcan takes you through the news and sport.
Welcome to the podcast today. I'm well into it now. As I was saying there, what is the latest from the RTE saga? I couldn't tell you that. It's still on the news all the time, and I'm just gonna go straight to the news. I think Ben was on earlier on there. He made some kind of speech. You can listen to that on Acast on my episode there. He made an inspiration speech, and it's put up on it there with the RTE thing and all. He does come out with a good lecture now and again, but that is the way now. The latest from the RTE news, I see students form Guard of Honour on Greek island for teens. Hundreds of students formed a Guard of Honour on the Greek island of East today as the bodies of the two Irish teenagers who died at the weekend were taken to Athens for post, post-mortems. Martin shocking corporate governments failing at RTE. What it basically says is the Minister for Media has told it all that the serious corporate and government violence at RTE are shocking. Speaking during statements on matters arising in RTE in recent weeks, Catherine Martin said there has never been a greater need for independence, reliable voices, and institutions that are trusted by audience. Her comments comes after government agreed to establish a review of government and culture of RTE following discussions at Cabinet this morning. The first review will examine and make recommendations on the measures necessary to build stronger government structure and reform the organisation culture of RTE and will be overseen by Professor Niamh Brennan and Dr. Margaret Cullen. The second review into the payment of contracts and other matters, including gender equality and inclusion, will be led by Brenda McKinley and Patricia King. So they're the reviews there that the minister is talking about, and I think that to meet probably tomorrow about it, more about it there. As I was saying there, Mr. Tubridy hasn't came out with any statements or anything there, which isn't unusual really, but his radio Oliver Callan is still filling in from there on his show. But I would think it would be good if Ryan paid the money back. I don't think he will pay the money back though. He's no intention of paying it back. Well, he just wants to get back on his show and just to know more about it. That's the way I look at it. That's the way it has to be. That's what he wants. And then in the sports, Collins joins Brentford in club and Irish record, I say. Nathan Collins has signed Brentford from Wolves for a club record 23 million. And then Ireland book under 20 semi-finals after win against Fiji, I say. It just says Ireland 44, Fiji 27. Ireland have booked their place in the semi-finals of the World Under 20 Championship in semi-finals. So I'm not sure who to be playing yet, but that's the fixtures and that. And then Waterford owner Piley sentenced to 13 years in prison. I don't know what that's about. That's the thing there that's on that. Ringrose, everyone shocked over Oliver News. That's the man that was in South Africa. He died then of terrible accident. And the GEA news, Sheehan steps down as Leafs football manager. I say, Billy Sheehan has departed the manager of Leash football. The Three native who played for the Armagh County for 12 years left after discussions with the county board in recent day. Outgoing Leash senior football manager has informed Leash GEA. Leash GEA will now establish an appointment committee to source a new football manager for the coming season ahead. So just to let the Leash football supporters know. Fitzmaurice shape-shifting Monaghan have the weapons, according to that. Dublin back to best after statement victory, says Canavan. And O'Connor has managed new format cleverly. That's Jack O'Connor and Kerry, and that's the latest. And then the entertainment news then on the RTE website just says late Julian Sands discussed dangers of mountaineering, and he was looked at the dangers there. He was worried there, and so Horsley Picard dedicates new poetry collection to Fian, and De Niro deeply distressed following grandson's death. It just says Robert De Niro, he is deeply following death of his grandson at the age of 19. The veteran Hollywood actor 70 News said his family will greatly appreciate of condolences and ask for privacy. I'm deeply distressed by the passing of my beloved grandson Leo De Niro said in a statement. So that was shocking news as well. It was very sad. And then the latest then on the I was just going to look at the Independent news. The latest on that went through the Garda issue local Spanish police as they probe murder of Irish mum of two in Salou. Garda assessing local police investigation into the murder of an Irish woman in the Spanish resort. It just says that's what it says on that. The victim of a 36-year-old who was understood to be the mother of two was found dead at the hotel Manown. Her 30-year-old partner was discovered beside her with self-inflicted injuries to his hand. He was initially treated in hospital before being arrested on suspicion of murder. It shows you a map as well of the thing there. That's another terrible murder, terrible thing. And then it says there's more about the RTE revelations would shame the most extravagant of Celtic Tiger excuses. Sinn Féin emailed them. That's the Sinn Féin there. Ryan Tubridy, Noel Kelly, and Dee Forbes must do the right thing and turn up at a dog committee. Sinn Féin Imelda Munster said she had been revealed in recent times which shamed the most extravagant of Celtic Tiger excuses. The ask no question mentality has destroyed the broadcast revelation with the Oireachtas and the public. Countess Delouty missed the Ryan Tubridy payment for 6 years. Mrs. Munster added RTE credit card should be audited as well as barter account. The thing about it is Ryan in the on the late show asked people questions, and now I think it's just time to answer questions. That's the way I look at that, and he has questions to answer. Serious questions. About his salary, about his he was getting extra money. People making excuses for him. Poor Ryan. Poor this. I don't think it's not going anywhere. He has to come out and say it, and he's not doing that. So that's what's wrong. That's what I say in my podcast, and I'll say what I think and what's wrong. That is what is wrong. So, and Eamon Dunphy has said it as well. What does he say about grubby little Dale? That's what it is. It's a grubby little Dale, Eamon, and I agree with you. It's just not going anywhere, and someone has to come out. Someone has to do the right thing, and I think Ryan should do the right thing. And if it is to pay the money back, pay the extra money, and maybe not the extra, pay it back. You'll have to do it. So, and that's what I say. Uh, that's on the Independent News. The 42 now, 43. The latest on that. Uh, the latest on that then is the 43 deal. Just says more about the under-20 hit Fiji for 7 tries to seal place in World Cup. Fiji captain Morta Murphy presents jersey to Ireland. Dermot Mangan to mark respect. Leach searches for new manager after Billy Sheen departs, which I have already said. And then the Tour de France, Belgium, Philipsen wins second straight Tour de France stage. Today's sprint was marred by 3 high-speed falls, according to that. And Michael Fahmy to miss start of season with hamstring injury. The poor devil. He seems to be always getting hamstrings, and it's terrible. He's a good player there, actually, for Ireland, I think myself, and he's getting injuries a lot. It's terrible. Duncan Ferguson leaves Forest job, and uh, Forest Green, it says there. I don't know. And then it's an incredible tough time. Ireland under 20 show guts to pull through in spite of tragedy. Head coach Chris Murphy was proud of his team efforts after a devastating couple of days. And male inter-county captains back calls for GA to support female players, according to that. Ireland fella Nathan Collins seals club record move to Brentford. So then I usually then go to Sky News. I don't know what's on Sky News at the moment. I see that other idiot on his GP News picked up an award. The man that caused Brexit, Nigel Farage, I call him an idiot. He has no experience in the news, and he picked up a whole lot of awards there in his. Uh, then on the UK news, according on Sky News, police reopen an investigation and launch fresh probe into Partygate allegations. According to this, Tory jingle and mingle, party to be probed again. Prime Minister draws grasps after admitting he hasn't read three-page report. Nigel Farage does not deny he has too little too money at an exclusive bank to keep account. He's plenty of money now, I say. Uh, all the Brexiteers are supporting him like hell. I'm sure that's the way it is. The entertainment news and arts. Grammy boss clarifies his ceremony stance on AI produced music. And Mark Zuckerberg versus Eaton Musk from Twitter to the collision. How cage fight plan unfolded. Kevin Spacey told man to be cool as he kissed neck and grabbed him. Caught his. According to the Sky News there. That's the case that's going on. Spacey arrives at court for sex offences trial, as I was saying. And then more about Julian Sands enduring eccentric and fearless actor died doing what he loved. That's the article then, which I was saying there. He's a good actor there, and Julian Sands was, according to those close to him, fearless, pushy, and too for Hollywood to really know what to do with him. The actor was confirmed dead on Tuesday, more than 5 months after he went missing. His body was discovered by hikers. Director Mike Figg, who was a close friend and colleague of the late actor, described him as a general fearless. Figgs told The Guardian that the first time he had met Sands at the casting meeting in 1986, the actor had been pushy, claiming he was perfect for the part. The pair went on to work on 8 films together over 3 decades, from the Browning version in 1993 to Mother Tongue in 2020. So it was really a terrible thing there, a terrible disaster, and that's on the Sky News then, and the travel they always write a bit of the travel. Rail passengers face disruptions as train drivers' overtime ban is extended. That's in I think that's in London. Thousands of EasyJet passengers hit by cancellations, and Wizz Air and Ryanair passengers numbers soar as airline recover from pandemic, all aboard the new generation of night trains. That's more about the trains there, the different trains, and let me see how I'm going in the podcast now. I'm well into it. I don't know now. There's any other thing news? I'll make it briefly shorter today. The fixtures for the matches now. There is matches coming up. There's hurling on next week, I think. The matches there, if I don't come back with another podcast show, the matches then on Saturday, it's Limerick and Galway. That's the first match, and that's on at 6 o'clock. That's the 8th of July. And then the other match, that's on Sunday, Kilkenny and Clare, that's on at 4 o'clock. And now, if I was to give a verdict on that, I'd say Galway might win on Saturday, if it's a close match, and then Kilkenny and Clare. I would, in my heart, it's say probably Clare. I'd like to see Clare win, but Kilkenny, you know yourself, they're never dead and buried, so I wouldn't really make any exclusions into that. But it's a hard one to call. And then there's a match I think on before that. There's ladies' matches, underage matches. So I'm not sure. They're the matches then that's on this week. It's not really. There's not that much matches on. And then the Tolchin Cup is the week after that. And that's then just if I don't come back with another podcast, that's the way it is. And there's no really more news. It just says what could have been done to avoid Northie's government failure. According to the article here, this is Una Smith. In recent days, there has been one phrase which has echoed through the mirror of news reports and political commentary on RTE. It has been referenced by board members and senior manager. The government has now agreed to establish a review of government and culture of RTE. They should also provide value for money for taxpayers and manage risk appropriately. And then that Mr. Darcy believes the confusion around the responsibility of the executive boards has contributed to the government issues which have emerged recently. So, and then that's about all. I think there's a committee on there on Wednesday. They're going to answer questions. Just shows you all of the board members here going in the picture here. All in suits. So that's the main issue then of the day. And what in the podcast, that's the main. That's really the main news. There's not much on the papers. It's on about RTE all the day, and there's not really that much to talk about. Only that, and I hope the government question it and get the answers they need for this. So that's the way I end my podcast today, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was just slightly shorter podcast, but what can I do? So thanks anyway, and goodbye for now.